Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about the challenge season 39, episode 21, titled Reunion Part 2. Last time on the challenge, Maria Menounos hosted a pretty lackluster Part 1. Corey did a balance beam, Laurel was tipsy, Asif and Kylan started fighting, Big T called for security, and we cut the cameras dead ass. Before I dive in, I just want to thank everyone who's listened to all my recaps this season. It's crazy that the season started in October and now it's March. So thank you to everyone who subscribed. If you've watched them all and haven't subscribed, what the hell? For real though, if you like the content, consider subscribing, and I put a link in the description so you can catch up on my previous recaps, but let's dive into it. We pick right back up with Asif and Kylan taking a round 2 of their argument about mothers.
Yo, shut the f up. What are you talking? Yo, shut the f up. You thought I talked about your mom and you didn't do
They're all talking over each other. Maria is falling asleep in her chair, and the fight only lasts a few seconds. I hope none of y'all were on the edge of your seat all week about that fight. Darrell says he doesn't like Asif.
I call you TC. You're thirsty and corny.
Later, James apologizes to Zara for turning on her in the schoolyard pic, but she's not buying it and thinks it's all for TV. We revisit Corey betraying Big T and Melissa. Finally diving into this officially, Corey tries to act like he knew what he was doing, but his story doesn't line up, and Devin calls him out for being messy and lying to everyone in the house. Corey again apologizes to them, and Melissa tears up, saying that she finds it hard to hate Corey because they did have a genuine connection when they were friends. Berna sent in a video message from wherever the hell, calling out Colleen for being a user. Colleen ghosted Berna on her birthday, and Berna calls her an ingrate. Colleen says she was grateful and insinuates that Berna annoys her with phone calls to talk about drama, and Colleen is so busy. Raven and Michelle also call Colleen a user. Then there's this.
Devin, how's your pullout game?
And Ed tells all.
Big T was ripping some ass in the house.
They talk about Nerys switching alliances, and Nerys tries to explain herself. Michelle interrupts.
They kept trying to make me pick a side.
You
The game
did
for
pick a
you.
side.
First off, Michelle, shut the up. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Like I was saying.
Nerys says she upheld her loyalties and gets emotional defending herself.
I was your friend outside of this. I've known you for 5 years.
But Jay says in those 5 years, they never hung out and is trying to discount everything she's saying. Nerys really starts crying, so Jay softens his approach and Laurel isn't buying it. I found that Jay is really trying to weasel his way through this reunion. We get to a hookups segment with clips of all the hookups we knew about. Firstly, they discuss Callum's cheating, and he says he knew the girl for a few years and the relationship was fresh. Michelle says that she was misled and didn't find out he had a girlfriend until she saw the show on TV. Michelle says he apologized privately and wants him to apologize publicly. Callum deflects.
I wasn't the only one that had a relationship in the house.
That doesn't make what you did right.
No, I was the only one who was like, I do have something back home.
You didn't say it to me.
Laurel comes to Michelle's defense about this, and Michelle gets emotional. Callum gets emotional and apologizes, and it seems very genuine.
I've embarrassed you both, and I'm sorry.
All right, time to leave Callum alone.
Maria asks Kylan why he didn't tell Melissa he didn't like PDA sooner, and I think that question is unfair given that he explained his reasoning and his diagnoses on the show already. Finally, something juicy. Melissa reveals that Olivia and Jay kissed at a hotel and on a bus, and Jay is shook because he has a girlfriend. Nerys calls him out, and Jay is deny. But Olivia owns up to it, and Jay is still denying it.
You were so focused on my relationship, should have been focused on yours.
Mariah talks about how she and Bananas weren't in an official relationship, and that Bananas was sucking a girl's toes on House of Villains, but Bananas still hates her and won't talk to her. Also, Laurel confirms that Bananas was supposed to be a mercenary on this season, but didn't come because of this, and apparently he also hurt his ankle. Mariah and James say they
Talk, that's about, it's too hard.
So I guess it's not really a thing anymore. They move on to Emmanuel, who says he told his girlfriend about his hookups after the show, and they broke up, and they show a clip of Berna and Emmanuel going to the bathroom and moaning.
He wanted to have soap.
She just gave him soap.
He took him.
Then they try to play a clip of a hot mic moment of Michelle and Callum, and she storms off.
I will not watch this.
But then after a commercial break, they tell Michelle that it's just a funny clip, and once again, she instantly cools it, and they never even show the clip. Where is the clip? We want the clip. Actually, I don't know if I want the clip. We go back to Big T and Melissa. Emmanuel calls them drama queens, and they own up to it, saying that they're wearing crowns to the reunion. Of course, they're drama queens. They talk to the vets a little bit, with Kara and Tori playing up their rivalry that doesn't really exist, and them openly saying jokingly, but I don't think that they're joking, that they want to be teamed up on a Rivals season. And apparently episode 1 quitter Jess was hooking up with Devin and told Devin to target Callum in elimination. Then there's this.
So, like, I'm stripping you of the credit for that.
You can't strip me of anything, Nicole.
And at the end of the episode, they do a drinking challenge to chug a drink. I hate this drink. And Emmanuel wins. So that's the end of the season. This season started off slow, I wasn't loving it or hating it, and then there was like 5 weeks in a row with no eliminations that I just don't like that. Once they started eliminating multiple people per episode, the season got much more interesting, which really speaks to how important the pace of these seasons are. Also, Emmanuel's a great winner, but it should have been a guy and a girl winner. Nuri should be a challenge champion. That's so annoying. That's all I have to say about this season. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this reunion and the season as a whole. I'll be back in April to talk about the Challenge All-Stars 4. Until then, I'm really heavily covering Survivor right now if you like that. If you're just challenged, subscribe so you don't miss my new videos when I'm back. Until then, goodbye YouTube, goodbye Maria Menounos, goodbye challengers.
Bye, James. Bye-bye, Jay.
Okay.